good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the universe. Valerie Maxfield, aka Maxfield, coming to you on a warm, sunny day here in the UK. Actually, it's not. It's sunny but rainy, and it's a bit moody, a bit like my mood today. And the story of my podcast for today is, when is it okay to quit? You should never quit. But when is it okay to say, okay, I've done it, I've tried it, and I want to stop? Is it when you start to feel uncomfortable and you're no longer enjoying it? Why do you not enjoy it? What's stopping you from enjoying something that you've started? Is it that, you are not into grips with it, or the reason why you got into it is not bearing dividends and it's not giving you pleasure? Is it that when you decided to go down that path, you didn't look at all the angles of where it could take you? So really, when do you quit? And why am I doing this particular topic today? Someone said to me today, and that's what prompted me to do this podcast, which was, I look up to you. Everything that I have done, most of the things I've done in my life is by watching you. And that astounded me, because who'd want to watch what I do? And it made me think. It really did make me think. Because, have you ever done where you've started something and you never finish? I think I'm one of those people that I would look at something and I would say, yeah, I'm going to give that a go. And it just doesn't bear any fruition. Or in my head, I think it doesn't bear any fruition. And sometimes it's not what someone can visually see that you're doing. And then you give it up, and then someone sees you randomly out of the blue and says, oh my God, I remember when you did blah, blah, blah. I really enjoyed that. And deep down you've gone, oh, I didn't think anybody noticed. Or, and that could be in your work environment. It could be anywhere. And it's true what they say. It's that one person. You don't have to have 10. You don't have to have 20. You don't have to have 1,000 or 50,000. As long as your message of whatever it is that you're trying to get across, that one person, take that. Take that. Because there are people out there who are actually committing suicide, and their mental health is so fragile, and they need a lot of cajoling, cuddles, and just letting them know that everything is okay. But if their mind is already made up to quit, what can you do? I mean, come on, really, what can you do? I'm a bit of an empath, so I tend to I've learned to protect my emotional state when I'm listening to other people and trying to help, or, because some people don't even want your help. They just need to be talking so that, they just want to be heard. So after the person said to me, it took me aback, because I never in a million years set out to play music. It's just not my thing. And it is good fun, when you're at home and you're just in your living room and you're throwing on music and you're dancing around. And as you're in COVID, it's quite difficult to do that, because if you're living alone, it's just you in your house dancing and playing music. If you've got your family, it's great, because everybody can take part and just, throw on random songs and stuff like that. And it's coming from a musician myself. I can go months and weeks and not listen to any music whatsoever, because before COVID, that's all you heard. That's all I was doing. That's all I had to do. It was just music. So, it's weird. And coming back to quitting, that took me aback, that conversation. But then I've had other conversations, which it could be all in my mind, who knows, where it's not nice. You can see there's no good intention coming from it. And I'm saddened by it because, as I said, I'm a sensitive soul. And it's sad when, I'm a female. I'm not trying to be in a man's world. And for me, being a musician is not a man's world. Music is for everybody. Playing music is for everybody. It's all we want to do. It joins us. It unites us. Bar the Meghan Markle and Harry. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. But music tends to heal us, and it heals me at the best of times, and I need to hear it. And then there's other times I can do without it, because I've just grown up for years and years and years in music. But what really saddens me is I now have I've crossed that line. I've crossed that line where I would happily listen to someone else play music. And I would say, great. And I will go onto a lot of different people's profiles, whether I know them or not. And I will give them a G up. That's a great tune. I'll stick around. I'll say what, because I don't know it all. Now, my persona may show that I know it all, but I really don't. I'm not playing vulnerable. I just really don't know it all. I've learnt so much through lockdown. What have I learnt? A lot. I've learnt that there's people I don't ever want to see again, dead or alive. I've learnt that I genuinely won't speak to certain people again, dead or alive. And I'm quite happy to just shield in my house until even when COVID is over. Because I'm happier just in my little hovel. But you can't live like that because, you just can't live like that. So when do you quit thinking like that? When do you quit saying, I've got to make changes? When do you quit and say, okay, I need to put that soft drink down. I need to put the sweets down. I need to make a change. When do you actually turn around and say to yourself, enough is enough. Change has to come. I have to change the narrative. When do you do that? What is the bottoming out of all of that? Again, I had to ask myself that question. And as I quit today, I gave my this new venture that I didn't want, that was offered to me, and I really don't care of the feedback who says, oh, you're okay, you're good, you'll get it right, it's technical issues. Bullshit. I'm a perfectionist. I don't do issue. I'm not into drama. I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry. So if it can't be perfected and I'm not going to keep doing it, that's where I quit. Because I no longer am happy doing it. And so the worst thing is when you're telling someone why you don't want to do something anymore and they are adamant. And you know what? One of the guys turned and said to me, so I've beautifully said, great show, enjoyed it. I've got a few more people coming on in a few weeks. No longer doing the social media. If anything, if I feel like it, I will continue doing my podcast and I will continue doing the interviews. And the funny thing is, I'm saying this podcast and I know nobody's listening to it. I know no one cares, but it's my podcast. It's where I can come and talk about lockdown. It's where I can talk about things that's going on in my head. It's standing in my truth. And, I already know that the friends that I have unfollowed my podcast because I think they expected me to sort of literally, talk about people and the things that have happened to me. Well, you can read the damn freaking book when it comes out. Because that book has no holds barred. And I'm not here to out anyone at all. This is a positive place. It's a place of comfort for me. It's where I can come and speak and I know that I'm talking into it and there's no one in front of me and I'm not having to look a certain way. It's the truth. It's deep down. The worst thing is when you're telling someone, I don't like this anymore, and they turn and tell you that you're throwing your toys out of the pram. What the F? What is, you're telling someone, I don't think I have the capability. You've looked at every angle, you've tried every angle, but you know you don't have the capability to pull it off. So rather than put yourself through that pressure of which then stress, then you feel like you're having a heart attack and the anxiety, and they then turn and say to you, oh, stop that. What's the benefit of that? What is the benefit? Give me something positive to take from it. You can't see someone who, not me per se, is having a mental breakdown, is not coping, and you turn around to that person and say, oh, get over it. Oh, stop that. Oh, you're throwing your toys out the pram. And you wonder why people don't want to open up and speak. You wonder why people keep their mental fragility to themselves. And so when I was explaining to someone and I said, look, this is, I feel like a fraud. I genuinely feel like a fraud. And I'm going to put it out there. What I have noticed is, and those who don't know, I am black. You would never think that though, because there was someone told me that, you would believe my own black colour actually turned and said to me, I think I'm white, or I act like I'm white. Because I'm educated and I probably speak the Queen's language, or I'm outspoken, or I have airs and graces, which is not put fake. That's just genuinely who I am. Apparently I act like I'm white. Oh dear, Jesus Christ. Anyway, going back to what I'm saying, when do you quit? I noticed that I just wouldn't do that to somebody else. But now that I've crossed the line into being a bedroom DJ, or my room that I've converted into being a DJ stroke, continuing doing my interview shows. So all I'm doing is just playing a few bit of music and adding in a bit of sports. It's my touch, it's my uniqueness, and there's little things that I've just gone wrong, and I have beat myself up because I could have done better. And I'm learning. It's only the third week doing the musical side of things. But the worst thing is watching those seasoned DJs come onto my platform and smirk at me. Is watching these black DJs who I've put money in their pockets. I don't beg them for a free ticket when they're doing their shows. I don't ask them for anything, as a matter of fact. I always pay my way. And if you've ever given me a free ticket, you know I offered you the money for it. But 9 times out of 10, I can count how many people have given me in the black community anything. I can count it all on one hand. One hand. I'm not asking for any favours. I'm just saying, I don't beg nobody anything. It's just not who I am. It's not my makeup. I'm too proud for that. I'm just too proud of a person. But they say pride comes before a fall. And so I have fallen. I have fallen a mighty, mighty height, And last week I had to big it up to all these fabulous bedroom DJs that have been DJing for years but never hit the great heights. But they are great selectors, and they are the people that I've aspired to. Only to turn around this week and think, I aspire to some of you, but not all. Because humbleness does not suit you. You don't know how to be humble. You don't know how to support somebody else. I don't want support from anyone. Do you remember the beginning of this podcast I said, if it's just one, and that one has always been my lovely daughter, and she'll get up and she'll watch it and she'll jump up and she supports me. One. 7 till 10, I have that one support. When I do my podcast, I've got that one support. Find that one person who will love you and support you no matter what is going on. No matter what's going on in your head, find that one person. Don't, watch and hopefully, Sandra or Doreen or Trisha or George or don't, everyone's got things to do. They've got different agendas, especially in lockdown. It's going to be very interesting to see when lockdown is over, how many people are going to be locked in and tuned into someone. And also, when you're doing this whole live streaming, you've got to, and this is another thing. I am not in any shape, manner or form saying that I'm good, because I tell you what, I'm absolutely crap. I am so crap, it's not funny. I am winging it. The music I play is absolute crap. It's shit. It's just it's just bollocks. Do you know what I mean? And how I get away with it in the mornings, only Christ knows. But because I know that from 9 till 10 I'm interviewing, I've just got to blag from 7 till 9. Music with a couple of adverts in it, probably through jingles, and I'm still throwing a bit of chat. It's just absolutely shit, if I have to put it bluntly. And the good thing is with me, because I know it is shit, I'm ready for the crap that these other DJs I'm telling you, they are great DJs, and I just don't understand why they feel they need to be that way. I will still listen to them. I'll still tune into their shows. I mean, I won't be spending my money with them when lockdown is over. I will not be spending a penny, because I won't be going anywhere for them to be, or playing anywhere for them to come to me. But the narrative for me that I'm having to change is this. Thank you, lockdown. Thank you for showing me my worth. I quit. I actually quit. I don't quit live. I quit ahead, because I know this is not for me. So let me go back, and I'm going to tell you why I'm quitting. Because while I'm trying to explain to this guy that, and all he could tell me is that I'm throwing my toys out of the pram, is no, I do no longer enjoy this. It's within my reach. It's within my comfort zone. Maybe if my time slot was like midday till 2 o'clock, yes, I probably will hit the great heights. 7 till 10, nah. People are still in their bed at 7 a.m. I'm not worried about the audience. My brand of people that come onto the show, half of the black people will not even relate to them. Straight up. My audience is just, I know, it's just diverse. On my Facebook, it's just diverse. So the music I'm going to play will not reach, might say, my white audience, because unless I'm going to play pop and stuff, it will reach them. Then you've got the black side who are not appreciating me at all. Mind you, they've never appreciated. I tell you what, when I die, all of the black community is going to have the biggest party. They are going to be so glad I am no longer existing. And I'm telling you that. And I've put it in my will already. It already is written in my will. There is no funeral. There is nothing. I've now put it out there. I've made sure, I've said to my daughter, when I die, you make sure no one, that's when lockdown is, don't come into my house. No, nine. Actually, it probably, I'll be better off dying within COVID, because then I'll get my wish. Which is, no, I won't see no mother effer at my funeral. Do you know what I mean? How perfect would that be? But if I die after COVID and everyone can still get together and blah, 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 and we can all get together, then it's the same thing applies. I had five friends. don't want the vibe for, I've already told, as a matter of fact, I think all my friends, my real, true, close friends already know. I've told them, I've made no bones about it. No, there's no flowers, there's no cards, there's do not weep. Well, I don't think anybody's going to weep. Don't come to my house, no night, no parties, no nothing. Because the way I see it is, when I was alive, nobody celebrated me when I was alive. Nobody, my family just about celebrated me, bar my daughter, right? So the way I see it is this: don't celebrate me when I'm dead. And that's not me feeling sorry for myself. It's just the truth. This is what I'm saying. Stand in your truth. And I've looked at it already, and I've said to myself, man, did I live like that? Did I really, really live like that? With all the smiles that and the people I've met, did I really live that type of lonely existence? Yes, I damn well did. I really, really did. So whatever facade I was putting off out there, that was just to keep the walls from the door, and just, you don't need to see the darkness inside. I can deal with my darkness inside. My darkness is for me to deal with. And I'm dealing with it. And I've lived with it. And I try my utmost best to bring nothing but positivity. I always try to think positive. And this is the truth. As much as I'm saying, no, don't do all of this. For me, this is positive. To say that I understand who I am as a human being. I know my flaws. I know who I am. I know the mistakes I've made. I know the people I've hurt. And I'm sorry. So I already know that rather than have a funeral of people that faked being my friend, have a party on my behalf. There's money, go and have a party and say, well, thank God the bitch is dead. I'm as popular as freaking, what's her name? Meghan Markle. So she's top, I'm second, if anything, in my community, But I always, and even though I know that, I still put my head above the parapet and I stay positive because I know who I am. There's a big difference. There's feeling sorry for yourself or knowing yourself. And I have no time to feel sorry for myself. So when this person is now telling me I'm quitting and blah, no. I cannot be stepping into someone else's world that was never made for me. That was not my journey. As a matter of fact, being a podcaster, it's not even my journey. I'm a blogger. I'm a singer. I write. I'm creative. And I would never stop trying different things. And now I've done it. I love it. Maybe radio by itself without the social might work. Maybe just going back to just doing the podcast and having these guests on, maybe that's just the thing. But if I'm telling you I am quitting, don't with your mother effing self telling me I'm throwing my toys in. No, you don't get to do that. So I've given the ultimatum, which is got 3 or 4 shows. That's what I'm going to do. And it's not, replace me. Everybody in life is replaceable, dead or alive. Everybody is replaceable. So when people are standing on their parapet and their hierarchy and their elitism because they think that they're better than everybody else, you will have to die the same way and get buried in a hole like the rest of us or get cremated. Let's not get that twisted. We all have to go at some point. Maybe mine is today, who knows, right? But the worst thing is when you're trying to tell someone that you are uncomfortable. And that's why this podcast is, when do you quit? When is it that you know that something is not right for you? It's either being in a relationship, or the man is being abusive, or the woman's being abusive. When do you turn around and manifest and tell yourself, this is not the one, this is not it, I deserve better, I cannot be in this situation? When do you quit? When do you quit? When you know that that food is making you ill. And every time you give that food a break, you go back to it and it gives you the headache. And you knew that food was going to give you the headache, but you felt like you needed to press that disrupt button. When do you know you are not in your comfort zone? When you have to feel that you have to play all these different roles with various different people because you need to appease and make everybody else. Man. Tell you. But anyway, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Mother's Day. Love my little mama. Just got her some flowers. Yeah. Just got her some flowers. It's the most I can do in lockdown. I haven't seen my mom and hugged her in 6 months. That's crazy. I think the last one I saw was my birthday. Yeah, that was 6-7 months ago. Shielding. So, that's me stop ranting. I'm not ranting. I'm just asking, when is it that you do quit? So, they've come back and said, I'm begging you, please. I don't need you to beg. That's not what it was all about. The fact that the first person who came to me and told me that I was throwing my toys out the pram made me literally then decided, they don't know. I've just said, yeah, I'll carry on until the end of blah, blah, blah. But I'm out because I don't need people to validate me. Never let someone validate you. Validate yourself. Everybody's replaceable. And I never thought in a million years that I could never be replaced. I never, ever thought that I cannot be replaced. I know I'm replaceable. There's things about me that you can't take away, that someone else might not have. Everyone's unique in their own style. So I'm grateful to my Creator for everything He has given me and the opportunity to have a go playing music to an audience of no one. And I'm grateful to the people that did come on and only spent 1 or 2 minutes just to see what I look like, just to laugh and see how much weight I've put on, just to see what kind of hairstyle I have or how I'm fucking up on the radio and I sound like shit. And I thank them all. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you for letting me know how shit I am and how great it is to know that I already knew it. I could see you saying it. Do you know what I mean? You show it. I get it. And that's why it's my time to quit. Quit. I'm not even ahead. It's just my time to quit and go back to what I know best. Not so much my comfort zone, but just going back and enjoying talking to other people, raising their voices and bringing it to my table, having, really good thought-provoking conversations and not dabbling in a world that was never meant for me, which was only to sing with the voice that God created me with and to bring cheer and laughter in other people's lives, even if my life is a total fuck-up. So, with that said, have a great day wherever you are. And to the only 1 or 2 listeners that will ever hear this, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I totally thank you. And to all the people that used to listen and they no longer listen, fuck them, but thank you too. This is Valerie M. Maxfield checking out. Have a beautiful day across the globe, wherever you are. Standing in my truth.